So today I'm going to talk to you about my mental health. I've been wanting to do this a long time, just to put awareness out really, and just tell you a bit about my story and my mental health, and hope you enjoy watching. A bit about mental health, my mental health. So I have autism. I also have a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. I also have slight PTSD and possibly OCD. Um, so I was diagnosed about the age of 5 with autism, and I struggled a lot at school to start with. I was home educated. Um, I had a lot of problems sort of growing up. I was very behind with things. Um, and as I got older, it wasn't until about 2018, no, sorry, 2013, I really started to struggle with my mental health. Um, I noticed that a lot of things changed, and I wasn't sure if it was my autism getting worse or if I was becoming mentally ill. But I'm going to tell you a bit about how it all started. So, I started to notice, in 2013, I met a girl. Um, we kind of got together. Um, it was never going to be a good relationship. It was, she had a lot going on. Um, and to be honest, I think she did just mess me about. And so, after about 3 months, one day she split up with me. And that was my first kind of relationship, and it really did have a bad effect. And my mental health just went downhill big time. Um, I was working in a school at the time as a cleaner. Um, I was kind of at risk of redundancy. I had a lot of pressure hanging over me. Apparently, my work was starting to slack, and it just kind of all went into sort of place, and I believe my mental health impacted on that job. And I then managed to pick myself up a bit, um, got a temporary job. Um, then I moved on to another school cleaning job, which was okay for a little while, but unfortunately, the manager was a bit of a bully, and I had to go sick 3 months into the job. With my mental health. My mental health went downhill again. I became a big drinker. I used to spend nearly every night in the pub, drinking large amounts, spending an absolute fortune, money I didn't really have. And so it was like that for a while. And I got into a couple of bits of trouble. I met a girl, and she basically without me for a week, and she basically said to me on New Year's Day that she was only with me because she didn't want to say, basically, she didn't want to hurt my feelings, and she didn't want to be with me in the first place, which was very heartbreaking, um, but not as bad as what happened the first time. Um, at the time, my dad had fallen and broken his ankle right on Christmas, and I had all that sort of stress, and it wasn't a great time. And I was sort of under pressure by my job, basically, to get back to work, um, by occupational health, and so my mental health was bad, and I managed to seek a bit of help from alcohol. Went to IDAS, managed to cut back a bit. Um, Stopped going to the pub as much. Um, Started on a new mental health tablet, which was Sertraline, which wasn't ideal, but it got me out of trouble for a while. And at home, I started to sell a bit of jewelry on eBay and stuff like that. It helped my mental health. It gave me something to concentrate on. And about May 2015, I decided to start my own shop. Um, and so I started the shop business, and I don't think I was very well, to be honest with you. I think I was still on point with my mental health, because basically I was just spending money like anything. Spending money I didn't have, I lost money. Um, I made all the various wrong decisions when I had my shop. Um, and after about 9 months of having my shop, I gave it up. I was in a lot of debt, which caused a lot of anxiety and depression. And I had a few jobs, didn't last very long. People didn't really understand my special needs and things like that. And had a few jobs, and I started slip back into alcoholism again. I was drinking quite a lot, going to the pub every single night, and it wasn't great. And then one day I got offered a job in a call centre, which was fantastic. I loved it there. It wasn't ideal in the end, because they messed me about my promotion and promoted me, and then didn't really understand the special needs either. Um, so I then started my own cleaning company, and my mental health improved drastically. It was probably the best I've been for a long time. Um, and it went really well. And then after the first year, it came to winter and it got very quiet. Work kind of dried up. I had no money, and I ended up in a right sort of state. I was self-harming. I was um, taking overdoses nearly every day of the week. How I didn't kill myself, I do not know, because the amount of tablets I was taking was just ridiculous. I didn't really fall back into drinking as such then. Um, I do still drink like nearly every night and quite a bit during the day, so drinking is always going to think has been a big problem in my mental health. I drink too much, and you shouldn't really drink because it causes it's a depressant in it. So, but things start to improve. I basically promoted in 2019. My business got bigger. It got very popular. It was it was great, and I still have problems with my mental health now and again. I still get bad days. They gave me fluoxetine and mirazepine, and my mental health has improved since then a lot. Um, but I mean, this last probably about this year. Last year we've had lockdown. The first lockdown I couldn't work at all. I was very depressed. Spent most of it drinking in my bedroom, um, not doing much. Um, Luckily, after about 6 weeks, I went back to work, and we got busy, got very busy. Business got massive. Had to employ staff and things like that. And but what I noticed that although I often thought that the busier I am, the better my mental health is. And I think that is a way, but also the stress. I was constantly under stress. I still am now and again. I have to deal. I've got quite a lot of responsibility, and it does impact my mental health. But I've got to say, the job I do, cleaning ovens, um, running my business, it really does have a positives with my mental health. Um, I love cleaning ovens, which is really weird. I love turning up to dirty ovens and making them sparkly. I'm sure you've all seen my pictures, and I'm pretty good at it. And I love doing it, and I love meeting people on the way. Sadly, we meet a few people who not everyone's very nice. I like all my customers. You occasionally get the odd pain, but don't be all in customer service. And so yeah, I love doing that. I love running my own cleaning business. I love the people I meet every day of the week. Um, I have to say, just recently, I've had a few relapses in my mental health. Drinking a little bit more, not to an excessive level. Um, but at the moment, it's we're doing well. The business is doing well, but at the same time, I'm not as busy as I wish I could be because of COVID. A lot of people don't want me in the houses, which is fair enough. Um, so you know, this last probably year has had a lot of stress, but there's been a lot of negative, but there's been a hell of a lot of positives. And I think running a business really does great for my mental health. Um, I now run a profitable business. It brings money in. It's not. I'm never. Don't think I'm ever going to get rich for it, and I don't think I'm ever going to be wealthy or anything like that. I'm just happy that I've got money coming in. I'm not in debt anymore, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing. And so I'm going to talk to you a bit now about PTSD. I'm probably going to miss loads of stuff that I should have mentioned. My PTSD. When I worked in a school, it all started that I got locked. Um, the caretaker locked me in by mistake one night, and I went downstairs and to get out, and it was all dark. It was all locked up, and all the alarms are going off, and like lights flashing and everything. And I had to escape out the window in the end. And at the time I was like, really stressed out and like, oh god, like my heart was beating. I was like really panicking and everything. And I kind of sort of I got panicky, and afterwards I noticed certain things like now when I see a blue light or when I see a flashing light or loud noises like alarm going off, I get horrible like flashbacks of that event. And some people wouldn't even say that's a very a reason to get a flashback. Like, why would you get PTSD from that? But it did something to me, and that really caused me problems, and I was diagnosed with slight PTSD with possible adjustment disorder or something. Um, Now I'm going to talk to you about my borderline personality disorder. So I was diagnosed with that in 2015 when I started my shops. So I have a bit of an like an impulsive personality. I have to be careful because I do get times where I'm quite a tight person. I'm quite tight with my money nowadays, and I do good with it. And but I do get impulsive behaviour where I want to do things like spend money, splash out. I do manage to stop that. Um, I get things to want to gamble large amounts of money. Luckily, I don't. I've managed. stop that. I always want to drink heavy. I don't drink as heavy as what I did do. I'll probably drink a bit more than what I should. Um, and also, I have done a bit of weed and stuff like that, which I probably shouldn't do. But it's very rare. And I've got a personality where I constantly worry that my friends are going off me. I've got a couple of friends. I haven't got many friends. I've got a couple close friends, and one friend I've got, she is lovely. She suffers with her mental health too, but do you know what? She is lovely, bless her. She is a really good friend. I've got another friend who he's got mental health problems as well. I don't see him as much as I'd want to, but this COVID didn't help in that, of course, in a way. And one of them, my one of my friends with mental health problems, the one who is great. She understands, and she is good with me. Um, but I still often think my friends are going off me, and I worry, all the time. Um, and when my friends sometimes don't talk to me, I get really emotional and upset because I just guess I feel like I need to talk to someone sometimes, and but they've all got problems as well, and they're not annoying me or anything to be nasty. They're just going through a lot, and they do message me back eventually, which is nice. So I guess I'm not great at making friends. I do make friends, but also I'm quite an outspoken person. I have lots of views and political views which don't people don't agree with. Um, and some people, I've lost quite a few friends, fell out with a few, but I do feel that in life you learn who's your friend and who's not, and the ones who stick with you are your friends. The ones who um, don't are just people, and I met quite a few people on the way and thought of them as friends, but obviously there wasn't, and they don't have anything to do with me now or don't bother messaging me, so it's not a friend, is it really? But um, so my autism. Um, so I was diagnosed with autism about 5 years. I think I was diagnosed with um, I think it was um, dyspraxia. I think I was diagnosed first when I was at school, and then I got diagnosed with autism at the age of 5. Um, I the school weren't very good. They weren't as great as what they are now with autism. There wasn't autism then wasn't really a thing they understood very much. It was poorly understood in the 90s, early 2000s, and I was home educated from the age of 7. And tell you what, when I was home educated by my mum, that's when I started to learn. That's when I got a lot better on maths, English. I'm not great at writing. I'm not amazing with maths and never will be. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me being home educated, and I don't have any regrets. And it's that what helped me learn and got me people skills. So I about my autism really. So yeah, it does hold me back a bit. I don't have any GCSEs. There's lots of jobs I like to do. I like to do plumbing, um, things like that. But obviously, I've got GCSEs. But that's not something. That's something I wanted to do, but I'm not too fussed about it, and still have no regrets. And bit about so autistic people have obsessions. My main obsession properly is music. I love Oasis. Um, and I absolutely Oasis mad, Britpop mad. I constantly listen to music, and it really does make me happy. Music, or sometimes sad music makes you sad as well. But um, I try and play instruments, but because of my autism, I can't. I'm not very good at it at all. I had a few guitars, had a ukulele, got a violin, but which I'm currently trying to rebuild. Um, and one of my obsessions used to be cars. I do like cars. Unfortunately, I don't drive. I do have a driving license of about 5 years, but I've got severe road anxiety. Um, and I've one thing I've always wanted to do is drive. I like buses. I like riding, going around on buses. I've always wanted to drive a bus, but unfortunately, it's never happened. Um, and so that's my main sort of obsessions with part of my autism. Um, I'm very I'm not as routine as I used to be. I am quite routine in some ways. Um, I like to be home certain times. I don't like working too late, but I'll have to, unfortunately. Um, and yeah, I've got like obsession, like sort of a routine I like to stick to, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Like when I was younger, I used to have biscuits at certain time. I used to have to uh, check the gas at certain times in the night to check it wasn't on the cooker, and um, I used to have a thing of sniffing the top of the TVs for some reason in case they were getting too hot, which yeah sounds nuts, I know. Um, and yeah, I'd like food at certain times and things like that. And I think that has kind of impacted on my mental health in a way when it came to drinking and stuff like that. Because once I started going to the pub, I wanted to do it all the time, um, and that was that really. But um, OCD, I'm kind of basically I run, as you know, I run a cleaning company, which I love. Um, I love I love what I do, and but no one basically when I'm working alongside people, they could be absolutely amazing, but I'll never really be like happy unless it's my own cleaning, which is sounds silly, I know, but I'm very OCD about things. I like done, certain way and stuff like that. But the main thing for me, it's not so much the hygiene and things part of OCD. It's the pattern, which is also part of autism, about things I have to do. Like I get horrible thoughts, like where I have to touch wood or touch um, tap the wall a certain amount of times, or tap the seats on the bus amount of times in case if I don't, I feel something really bad's going to happen, and that's one of the things. Um, I don't. There's probably I could be all night really talking about this, and I think that's all I want to say for today. And it's taken a lot to do this. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like my body. I don't like my face. I don't, I don't really like being on camera at all. But I thought I'd do this. I wanted to do it for a while, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do it. So thanks for watching, guys, and please remember if you ever have a bad time or anything, lots of us suffer from mental health. Please pop up. I'm always here for a chat. And thanks, guys. Take care.